Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Oldham County Fiscal Court. I'm Judge Executive David Vogel. It is a little bit after 2 o'clock here on the 21st of February. I'd like to ask everyone who's able to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Secretary, would you please call the roll?
Magistrate Likens.
Here.
Magistrate Tice.
Here.
Magistrate Leslie. Magistrate Greenwell.
Here.
Magistrate Hounds.
Here.
Magistrate Eldridge.
Here.
Magistrate Dye.
Here.
Magistrate Logsdon.
Here.
And Judge Vogel.
Here. Having 8 of the 9 members of the Fiscal Court present, this meeting is now in session. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Now I'll ask our clerk, Sheila Fair, to please read the minutes from our meeting on February 7th.
February 7th, 2017. The Oldham County Fiscal Court convened at a regular meeting at 2 p.m. with Judge Executive David Vogel, County Attorney John Carter, and the following magistrates in attendance: Wayne Tice, Steve Greenwell, Chris Hounds, Kevin Eldridge, Bob Dye, and Michael Logsdon. Magistrates Bob Leslie and Brent Likens were absent. Judge Vogel administered the oath of office to Chris Hounds, District 5 Magistrate. Approval of agenda. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Dye to approve the agenda, adding executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810B, deliberations relating to real property, after approval of minutes. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to approve the meeting minutes of January 17th. Motion carried unanimously. Executive session pursuant to KRS 61.810B, deliberations relating to real property. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Greenwell to go into closed session pursuant to KRS 61.810B, deliberations relating to real property. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to come out of closed session. Motion carried unanimously. Service recognition for Karen Berry. Judge Vogel presented Karen Berry with a service award commending her for serving on the Police Merit Board from 2005 to 2016. Public comment. Glenn Jennings, Hayfield Way, presented information relating to Magnetic North, which serves autistic young adults. Judge Vogel acknowledged the group of residents wanting to speak about the road paving problem in Ballard Glen. He provided a brief overview of the issues and encouraged residents to utilize this opportunity to express their concerns. Walt Shum, Director of Ballard Glen Homeowner Association, spoke to the court regarding concerns relating to the paving of roads within the Ballard Glen subdivision. He presented a petition requesting fiscal court complete the street improvements in villages of Ballard Glen subdivision. Mr. Shum presented a letter from Attorney General related to the issues. Doug Kramer, 4604 Clarkhurst Circle, Ballard Glen, and Kim Iapolo, 4604 Miller Glen Place, both spoke to the court regarding concerns relating to the roads in Ballard Glen. Public comment response. Judge Vogel and County Attorney John Carter responded to statements made during public comment, stating discussions will continue to work towards a solution regarding the bonds. Clerk's Office, 2016 Budget Amendment. Motion made by Magistrate Tice and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to approve the Clerk's 2016 Budget Amendment. Motion carried unanimously. 2017 Budget. Motion made by Magistrate Tice and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to approve the Clerk's 2017 budget as presented. Motion carried unanimously. 2017 Annual Order setting maximum salaries, deputies, and assistants. Motion made by Magistrate Tice and seconded by Magistrate Dye to approve the Clerk's 2017 Annual Order setting maximum amount for deputies and assistants. Motion carried unanimously. County Administration, Payables. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Greenwell to approve the payables. Motion carried unanimously. Budget transfers. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to approve the budget transfers. Motion carried unanimously. Community Business, accept donation of a vehicle for Sheriff's Office. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Tice to accept the donation of a vehicle for the Sheriff's Office as presented. Motion carried unanimously. Second reading zoning map amendment for 1701 South Highway 1793 in Goshen. Community Planner Brooke Veeman presented for second reading proposed ordinance number KOC 17-920-363 relating to a change in the Oldham County zoning map, rezoning a .903 acre tract located at 1701 South Highway 1793, Goshen, Kentucky, from the existing R2 residential district zoning classification to CN commercial neighborhood district zoning. The floor was open to public comment. Judge Vogel asked those planning on speaking in favor of the proposed ordinance to stand and be sworn in. The following residents spoke in favor of the proposed ordinance: Raymond Rowland, attorney representing JR Food Stores; Darren Frescaconi, 10003 Secretariat Drive, Goshen. Judge Vogel asked those planning on speaking in opposition of the proposed ordinance to stand and be sworn in. The following residents spoke in opposition of the proposed ordinance: Ron Feidel, 13105 Wellington Way in Longwood; Mark Moser, 1001 Riverside Drive; Nicholas Albach, 13003 Longwood Lane in Longwood; John Farmer, 127007 Church Hill Parkway in Spindletop; and Julie Feidel at 13105 Wellington Way, Longwood Subdivision. Daniel Markline, 1107 Meadow Ridge Trail, Goshen, was sworn in and spoke in favor of the proposed ordinance. Discussion followed. Having heard all testimony, the public hearing was closed. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to adopt the proposed ordinance number KOC 17-920-363 relating to the change in the Oldham County zoning ordinance, rezoning the .903 acre tract located at 1701 South Highway 1793 from the R2 residential to the CN commercial. Motion carried 5-2 on a roll call vote. Judge Vogel and the following magistrates voted yes: Steve Greenwell, Chris Hounds, Kevin Eldridge, and Michael Logsdon. Magistrates Tice and Dye voted no. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to accept the binding elements as presented, with an addition to element 2 to state site lighting shall be shielded and designed to not shine in the eyes of drivers nor trespass on neighboring properties. Motion carried 6-0-1. Magistrate Dye abstained. Judge Vogel called for a brief recess, hearing no objection. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Tice to resume the meeting. Motion carried unanimously. First reading zoning map amendment for 4700 Block West Highway 146 in Buckner. Community Planner Brooke Veeman presented for a first reading proposed ordinance number KOC 17-1420-368 relating to a change in the Oldham County zoning map, rezoning a tract located at the 4700 block of West Highway 146 in Buckner, 2.01 acres from the existing I-2 heavy industrial zoning classification to C2 community business zoning classification, and 4.59 acres from the existing I-2 heavy industrial zoning to the R4 residential zoning. The second reading will be February 21st. Resolution, litter abatement funds for Pewee Valley. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to authorize the Judge Executive to sign resolution number 01020717 relating to Pewee Valley's grant application for 2017 litter abatement funds. Motion carried unanimously. Addendum to agreement with Subcarrier Communications. Motion made by Magistrate Hounds and seconded by Magistrate Dye to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the addendum to agreement with Subcarrier Communications relating to the countywide radio system as submitted. And I'm going to say motion carried unanimously. I will double check that. District Office Lease Agreement. Republican Thomas Massey. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Greenwell to authorize the Judge Executive to sign the District Office Lease in Amendment for Congressman Thomas Massey's District Office. Motion carried unanimously. Cleaning Contract Award for various county buildings. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to award the janitorial cleaning contract to Modern Maintenance for $33,000 a year as presented and authorize the Judge Executive to sign the contract agreement. Motion carried unanimously. Committee reports and recommendations. Parks Committee requests to use the courthouse square. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Tice to allow LaGrange Farmers Market use of a designated portion of the courthouse square each Saturday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. from May through October, with the exceptions of June 3rd and July 15th. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to allow the Historical Society use of the county parking lot at 2nd and Main in LaGrange, June 22nd through the 24th. Motion carried 6-0-1. Magistrate Eldridge abstained. Jail Committee, Jail Policy and Procedure Manual. Motion made by Magistrate Dye and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to approve the 2017 Jail Policy and Procedure Manual. Motion carried unanimously. Personnel, Dispatch. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Dye to hire Amy Adams as Telecommunicator 1 at $14.08 an hour, effective February 20th. Motion carried unanimously. Parks and Recreation. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Hounds to accept the resignation of Sam Doherty, effective February 1st, and hire Danielle Sims as Building Monitor at $7.25 an hour, effective February 8th. Motion carried unanimously. County Engineer. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to accept the resignation of Beth Stuber, effective January 31st. Motion carried unanimously. Motion made by Magistrate Greenwell and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to appoint the current county engineer, Scott Harris, as county road engineer with a 2-year term to expire January 8th, 2019, per KRS 179.020. Motion carried unanimously. Board appointments, Ambulance Taxing District. Motion made by Magistrate Logsdon and seconded by Magistrate Eldridge to reappoint Stan Clark to the Ambulance Taxing District with the term to expire February 1st, 2019. Motion carried unanimously. Second public comment, none. Final announcements. Fiscal Court members welcome newly appointed District 5 Magistrate Chris Hounds. Magistrate Eldridge asked everyone to keep Magistrate Leslie in their prayers for a speedy recovery. Magistrate Hounds thanked everyone for the warm welcome and support he's received so far. He stated the clerk's office is doing an exceptional job issuing passports. Magistrate Greenwell thanked the anonymous donor for the police vehicle for the sheriff's office. He thanked the residents of Ballard Glen for attending the meeting and voicing their concerns. Judge Vogel announced Apple Patch will receive a $460,000 community development block grant from DLG, which will allow it to expand and move its adult day workshop to a new location in Crestwood. Motion made by Magistrate Eldridge and seconded by Magistrate Greenwell to adjourn the meeting. Motion carried unanimously, and the meeting was adjourned at 6 p.m.
You've heard the reading of our minutes from February 7th. Is there a motion to approve? Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Abstain.
On abstention, thank you. Time now for public comment. Time during our meeting when anyone who would like to address the fiscal court about an issue of pertinence to the community or themselves, they may do so. And please come forward. All right. Jen?
Hi, my name is Jen Shane, and I'm the
Microphone
Curry
on.
Watershed Coordinator.
Check. Is your microphone on, Jen?
They're probably going to have to speak up. They're having an issue with the microphone, and Jay has a substitute one, so
All right.
it's capturing it. It's just, you're going to have to talk loud.
Well, I think we have a substitute mic out
The
there.
one hanging there, dangling, is
Okay. But just have to project so people in the room can hear you.
Thanks. I just wanted to invite everyone, all of the people in Oldham County, especially Curry's Fork watershed area residents and Darby Creek. We've just combined another partner for an upcoming workshop in March on the 16th. It's just a quick 1-hour workshop after work, and it's free to anyone that wants to attend, but we do need people to register. And so the idea for this workshop is to help people that have water on their property, how to landscape around that, and what they can do for water quality just on their own property if they have water. And anybody that registers and attends gets a free tree seedling. So we're excited about that. This is the UK Extension Office here in Oldham County with Tracy Misson, if anybody's familiar with her, and Curry's Fork Watershed. So if anybody's interested, they can email me at jshane, Oldham spelled out, and county spelled out, ky.gov, or they can give me a call at 502-222-1476. We also have a Facebook page, Curry's Fork Watershed, that you can register there. Can you hear me?
I think we can hear you, but we can't always see you, so.
All right. And then I have one more announcement. I just wanted to let, sure. Great. I also just wanted to let people know that there's going to be some construction coming up in March and April for a creek restoration. And so this is, I'm going to show you the vicinity so you can know where it is. But if you see some things and you're wondering what's going on, I just wanted to let you know. So this is 53 right here, and this is Moody Lane. So it's kind of near the intersection of 53 and Moody Lane. There's going to be work done on Moody Lane, and that'll probably be late March by the time we get there, if not early April. And then the work on Ballard Court, between Ballard Court and Wayno Drive. That's going to be going on first, and that's going to be beginning mid-March. So I just wanted to let everybody know. If they have any questions about that, I'm going to put the phone number back up. You can call the engineering office and ask for me, Jen Shane, the watershed coordinator, if you want any more information about that. And I'll be reporting to all of you when the project is over so you can see what happened.
That number's 222-1476. 222-1476. All right, thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address public comment at this point?
Thank you, Judge. My name is Stacy Rockaway. I'm with Congressman Thomas Massey's office, the field rep for this area. And the congressman just wanted me to stop by to say thank you for agreeing to the lease agreement on the office that we have over in the annex. And I also thank you so that I have a place to come. And just a really quick reminder that we are here to be a resource to your constituents, anybody who happens to be watching. If anybody has issues with something such as Social Security, Medicare, veterans benefits, disability, IRS, those are probably our top 5 calls that we get. Please feel free to give us a call. The office number is 502-265-9119. And we're happy to try to look into it for you. And I just wanted to, I know you have a new magistrate and wanted to come over and introduce myself to Magistrate Helms, did I pronounce that correctly? And just let you know that we're here in case anybody needs anything, and thank you again for agreeing to the lease.
Right, that lease is in our building next door, which was the former Methodist church that we have offices in. We signed that lease, but I think it's fair to know that we don't know exactly what's going to happen there because the jail offices are going to move down to Buckner later this year, and then next year we may want to get into remodeling that building. So.
And the congressman is more than happy to work with you, or if we need to move out temporarily or permanently, we are aware of that and are happy to support on that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Questions?
Sorry, Manager Greenwell?
Thank you. Stacy, if somebody wants to come talk to you, is it by appointment?
That would probably be the best thing because I work in 8 counties, and so I am out of the office.
I didn't know if you had set hours or if it's best by appointment.
Unfortunately, my office hours change from week to week because things such as fiscal
Sure.
court meetings and city council meetings change from week to week. So,
Okay.
if someone could please call ahead, that would be great.
Did you have a question or someone else? All right, okay. Thank you, Stacy. Appreciate it. Anyone else for public comment? Seeing no one, I'm going to close the public comment and go on to the first item under county administration. That's the bills to be paid.
Make that motion.
Moved and seconded that we pay these bills. Is there any discussion or question on any of the bills? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Now, under community business, we're here for our second reading of the zoning map amendment for 4700 West Highway 146 in Buckner. And the first thing we're going to do again here is have an introduction of the application by Brooke Veman from Planning and Development. And Brooke would have 20 minutes if she needs that long to do that. So go ahead, Brooke.
Judge, I assure you I will need 20 minutes. Brooke Veman, planner with Oldham County Planning and Development Services. The applicant today is requesting a zoning map amendment on approximately 6.60 acres. The proposed change is from I-2 heavy industrial to C2 community business and R4 residential. The planning commission unanimously...
Why don't we, can we stop just a second? Do you want to bring that microphone down? We're having a little microphone problem here today, and it's reflected on our recording system here, where the picture is running back and forth between our overhead camera here and our camera from the back wall. So we're going to let Jay McDowell fix that if he can, and we'll see if...
No.
Pardon?
I can run down there.
Okay, was that locked? Okay. Is there a motion? Can we take a 5-minute break here? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.